People take different sections. Thanks for joining us this evening on Tuesday night, right after our Anaheim convention. And we're so glad to have you. And we are so excited to share with you what we got to see because our greatest hope and sincerity is that someday you'll get to go and experience it because words, even pictures, cannot express what this was. And I keep saying, it's just such a bargain. This is such a bargain because you get to see and experience some pretty amazing things. I mean, how many people get to have a private concert by Elton John? Not many, but we were very fortunate to get to do that. So the conference was called Share the Light, and this is Meredith Burkich, the president of the company, and she walked us through a lot of different aspects. They had a really great experience center, and you could walk around and you could learn the history because this company's 20 years old. It just kind of breaks my heart that there's been this level of product out there, natural product, making change in the body at the level it does, and nobody knows. It's a crying shame. And I think we are all inspired and empowered now to help change that trajectory. But just very innovative. This is a high-tech company. And this is David Schmidt, the owner and inventor. And I tell you what, I would vote for this man for president of the universe. He is that kind of genius. He's looking well into the future. And he's got, I think, 7 years worth of products already in the hopper coming to market. But here we are, and this was a group of us. Not everybody was in this picture. We had 27 of us in total, but this was our Team Harmony group, and we got to have a great time together. And we didn't only learn together, we partied together. Eric and I had a really cool room with a lanai so that we could invite our friends over. We had a little happy hour celebration before we got to go into the evening festivities. So that was a lot of fun, but this will just kind of give you a little flavor, um, our people and what we got to experience. And it was everything from some breakout sessions the day before the conference began, something we'd never experienced before, and we really didn't know what to expect, but it was really insightful. They gave us education on social media, on a new compensation plan that's coming, and then helped hold our hands through the words that we can and can't say because we live in this country called America. We have organizations like the FDA who maybe don't make it as easy as it should be to help people live their best life and have their best health. But here's our Joyce, and she got her promotion to the executive director, and Jan, and here's just a lot of fun happening. And here's Jeff. Jeff, how were those ribs? Were
Yeah.
they good?
They were chicken wings.
Or chicken wings, okay. And there's Rachel doing a yoga pose in the middle of this really cool high-tech X39 light dome. Carla and Julie under the banner. And then Barb, Terry, and I sitting on a ski lift. I'm a skier, so we just had to get that picture. It's pretty cool. The headquarters of this company is in Draper, Utah, so just outside of Salt Lake. And they're into their mountain life. And this is our group, Marcy, that lady that Cami shared with you earlier, who really didn't think she had many more days left on this planet because of those fast-growing cells. And when her naturopath gave her these, and they quickly changed everything about her body and the trajectory of her future, she thought, we better go tell a few people because this is amazing. And we all dressed in white on this day to capture the essence of what this is. It's purity. It's amazing. And she has a group of 160,000 people and growing. And this is just a small scattering of us here in the convention center. And some people came early and they got to sit by the pool. Some of us, my husband and I, and Joy and Holly and Dean and Sonia, we went and did Disney. We had a blast. And we got to write it off. That's pretty cool. How many people get to go on a vacation like this with their friends and write it off? No complaints here. But the vibe of LifeWave was all over the town. They really did have extensions of fun. And this is a global company. And you see all those flags there? This company ships in high volume to 82 countries. This was created in San Diego for the US Navy SEALs. Why we don't know is a crying shame, but we are taking the mission upon ourselves to change that. but they are now developing marketing materials in 150 languages using AI. That's pretty fantastic. And you're going to see why here in just a few minutes. But just for the cost of this admission ticket, we got these beautiful bags, and they had samples of the Cellergize, the day and the night, like Jeff was mentioning. And we got some goodies to go with it, and pretty fun. But the theme of this conference was Share the Light. And Meredith was talking about we were going to look into the inspiration behind all of this, break it down into educational bite-sized pieces that we could grasp and understand, although I will still tell you some things are high science. This is a technology company, very progressive. But talking about community, and for some people, the community is why they come. The benefit they get out of the patch and their health, it's a bonus, icing on the cake, but it becomes something more. And for me, it's become this last item in its purpose. Because when I see somebody struggling, or somebody's really not living their best life, I can't help but tell them, because I feel like this is the best kept secret in the world. Everyone should know about this. It's powerful. So I'm going to turn it over to Heather now. She's going to talk to you about this lady. If you could unmute, Heather.
I just did. So
Perfect.
Alice Levin was one of the first, she led a group of women to climb Mount Everest back in 2002. And she's a motivational speaker, a leadership consultant. She actually was a professor at West Point. Pretty incredible story. She's had 3 heart surgeries, a bunch of other things that have gone down. She skied North Pole to South Pole. I mean, amazing. And her speech really hit me. It was pretty impactful because my father-in-law had actually passed away, so I knew what she was on Mount Everest. So I knew everything she was talking about, and about the falls and how long it takes to get up there. But the inspiration in this is we don't always have control of things, and but be bold, be bold. She was incredible. Looking forward to reading her book and someday meeting her. But be bold, life changes, you just go with it, and it's just how you choose to move forward.
Yeah, I loved how she said too, the one thing we can control is how we react to situations. And her first climb, they failed. And within, I think, feet of the summit, but they had a big storm,
Yep.
and felt a little defeated, right?
Yeah,
And
300 feet from the summit and you get turned around. That's pretty discouraging. And then people asked if she'd go back, and she said never. And then people were like, "Oh, you climbed Mount Everest?" And or you made it to the top. And she'd say, "Well, we had to turn around at 300 feet." Well, then you didn't climb Mount Everest. So, but then 8 years later in 2010, she made it to the top and back down safely.
yeah, pretty fantastic. Cami, do you want to take this one?
Julie wants to.
Oh, Julie, all right.
Julie,
Beautiful, Julie.
Julie's here, and I was asking her earlier today what her takeaways, what was one thing that really impressed her about LifeWave, and she shared about this.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that hit me pretty close to heart because I'm pretty fond of my veterans. I will say that they're the hardest ones I have keeping on patches, um but I've had some pretty cool encounters with my veterans. So when that came about, that we are actually donating from the company to the Convoy of Hope, and to the National Center for, can't remember, More Healthy Veterans. I can't remember the name of it. Do you girls remember? I've got to look it up. But anyway, so, and Dr. Schmidt did mention too that he had given patches to the veterans at this facility with some pretty amazing results. And then
I
he's
believe it was the
continued.
Wounded Warriors organization, I think is the one that they
Okay.
support
The
additionally.
center, I think it's the National Center for Healthy Veterans is what this
Yeah,
says.
it wasn't Wounded Warren, but go ahead, Julie.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so he said he had donated patches with some pretty great results, and then they built a facility in Virginia, and we actually have it's on a 2-story overlook sort of thing, and we have the LifeWave logo on there because of the donations that he's contributed. So yeah, it's just really exciting to see that we're giving back to the community and through good, honest sources. So
Yeah,
I was excited about
absolutely.
that. And one other thing that I want to mention real quick, I had thought about this, and it's like, you know, I've been to even just something as simple as a small meeting or a classroom of kids or whatever, and sitting there in a group of 10,000 people, and I don't think I once heard anybody coughing or sneezing or sniffling. Um, and I was just like, wow, this is a pretty healthy bunch. And, you know, and I saw some of the elderly folks that were, you know, we put on a lot of miles while we were there trucking around from here and there. And I looked at the older folks that I thought, you know, that's a lot of walking for them, but they're on their patches and they're just trucking right along with the rest of us. So that's just a couple other things that kind of stuck out to me, you know, in addition to everything that we learned about and the amazing speakers and the entertainment and the food and all the fun stuff. But those are just a few things that just kind of hit me in the heart that I thought, wow, that's pretty impressive.
That's so cool.
Cami, do you
So
want to cover this one?
yeah, we had the opportunity to see a documentary. This is in its beta stages. It's not out or released yet, but we got to do the some of the senior presidential directors got to walk the red carpet, and it was really fun. But this code of creation is put together by a movie company, the same company that did the documentary called Plandemic. So what that means for us, or what that means for LifeWave, is that this company is known for doing their documentaries and researching the truth about different natural disasters or different things going on. This was a bright spot. They loved working on this project because what LifeWave is doing is helping to make the world a better place. And but this Plandemic went viral. So keep your eyes on the lookout when this documentary comes out. We're hoping it goes viral because it's good news. It's good news about what we're doing, and it's all about David Schmidt and his inventions and what they're doing. And it's going to be really great news to share this with the world, and it's going to make LifeWave a household name. So we were invited to share our responses about the movie. So there's Jeff. Jeff, what did you think of the movie?
Well, I actually teared up with the movie because what the movie represented to me was, you know, the reversal of creating a synthetic world with transhumanism and the like to a natural world using the things that are already here. And I was so happy to see that because this lunacy of turning us all into these space-aged people connected to
Bots.
all kinds of computer chips and whatnot. And I was like, oh, it was refreshing to see a man put a video out here, a documentary out here saying everything that God created was sufficient. And I really, 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 that really touched my heart. In addition, I have seen the movie, the documentary Pandemic. It's worth you just have to see it because the truth is exposed in that. But for me, here's the highlight for me. 3 of my closest friends joined me in Anaheim. James, who I've known, is like a little brother to me. He's had a story to tell. He lost his wife, but he's a brainiac. And so for him to come down there and be kind of less enthused, I would say, the first day. And then Tracey and Dave were kind of like, they've gone to a few things, a little less enthused about how things were done. You know, the breakouts, we all know they were kind of confusing and whatnot, their first time out. But the most beautiful thing about bringing those 2 people into this conference was all 3 of them signed up to go to the next conference. And by the time we were done, they just had amazing stories to share and to say about what they experienced. And I will say that was a highlight. That was one highlight for me. The other highlight was seeing all of the faith-based community, over 10,000. I don't think I spoke to any person who wasn't a believer, but they were doing something that made a difference. It's not just selling a pill or taking a drink, it's talking about restoring the body. And all of these people were gung-ho to do this, and I understand why, because of what happens to the body when you're wearing these patches. So to me, I got to say, and I'll close by saying this. I'm 66 years old. This was the most spectacular thing I have seen in this forum in my adult life. I've never seen anything like this. To see Elton John let out on a stage and to know that he's benefited from this and what, I mean, this was just over the top. Not to mention, oh, this lady right here, she actually caused me to have to come home and look in the mirror. And I ordered her book and her CD. She said some things that I kind of had to face. So she was also a highlight for me. So for me, this was amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. I haven't even extrapolated all the information and new technology and all that's involved with what this company is doing. It just blew my brain up. It blew my brain up. And I'm still trying to get my brain back together. Anyway,
You blew your brain
Us
up in a
too.
good way, right? You're just inspired, right?
in a very good way. And these are my closest friends who were really, really, really. I was pleased to see the reaction at the end of the convention. Uh,
Oh.
it was just great, just great.
Yeah.
Trace, James, and Heather have comments as well. So whenever you want to call on them to fit them in, I think they would love to participate.
Cool.
Oh, great. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think you get the idea from this lady. She's a psychologist, and it's all about light. And when we're happy, we throw our hands up, right? When we do something great, we throw our hands up. We
You
kind of
think
strut our peacock,
winners,
right? Yeah.
winning.
Yeah. Anybody want to just talk about this? The fact that there's a lot of science.
Sure. Yeah, they were talking about the X39 studies and showing that it's provable that you can your GHK copper peptide elevates even within an hour of using it. But they're even you can draw blood, and yes, these patches do what we say they do. Double-blind, placebo-controlled tests. David Schmidt also talked about something as well. This biodome treatment is has a mind that won't stop. So he was talking about this experiment on frogs, where this biodome was regrowing limbs on frogs that, some frogs regenerate their limbs. Well, the type of frogs that they were testing on were the ones that don't regrow their limbs. And with the help of this biodome, they were. So for him, that satisfied the idea of, can we make something that has previously been considered impossible possible? And so that's the way this man's mind works. So he dissolved the concept of LifeWave technologies down to bodies. Our bodies can be, our problems in our health or bodies can be solved with energy and information. And in problems in our body or aging, he considers, there's similar things to think about. So energy and information, you think about that. That's how we regenerate anything, or the bad energy and bad information to the cells causes dis-ease. So why not put good energy and good information to the cells? So that's pretty cool. He also talked about, if you study the Bible as a historical book, as truth, as history of mankind, you can look at the genealogy of the first human recorded on Earth, Adam, and he lived 930 years. And so all of these people, these names here that you see, the longest living man was Methuselah. He was 969 years. And then after that, then there became a decline. I don't know. Do you guys know any 969-year-old people, or even 120-year-old people? Like, that's he wants to figure out, how do we help people live to even 100 years, 120 years consistently, happy, healthy, and beyond. So
Yeah, and
not
here we're
just
talking about, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Cami.
not just declining in age. And nobody wants to get old or be old and crotchety. We want to be old and healthy.
Yeah. And I love their focus on community, and they really look at what they do as it's not a company out to make money, it's purpose driven, and it's to create a better life for people and help them find solutions. And I don't know, Heather or James, what you want to contribute? Might it tie in with something like this? This is a good place for either of you to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead. Oh, either way.
Okay,
I
James, you go.
Sure. So when I came into the the area of this, I didn't realize how large it was. I was kind of taken aback by the enormity of this, and at first I had the shields up as far as the whole direct marketing type of atmosphere, and as people started sharing their experiences, and a few things kind of came out. One gentleman who was talking about, after he got an award, said for his sales and whatnot, he said, don't sell, serve. And the idea that these products are such that another gentleman said that it's his duty to share it with people because of the impact it can have on people's health. So there was a community kind of feeling of the folks that were there, by and large, were believers, and whenever the Lord was mentioned, or God or something like that, usually there was an applause that followed. That was probably a good 70% of the crowd. And another comment I wanted to make was about the water. Because I originally signed up for this event, or agree, or postulated some interest into this event because of the water machine. I was kind of bummed that we didn't have like a chance to try it. I haven't tried it yet. But every single person that I've talked to that has tried this light infused water, a gentleman from Texas that I just ran into in the hallway and started chatting with, another person there, Eric, Tracey's husband, Dr. Holman, a friend of mine who tried it along with his wife. I've had 6 or 7 different people who have tried this technology, who have all had a common thread of mental clarity and energy, that increase of that. And I was very excited about that piece, and then adding to it the next generation of products. I don't know if we can talk about, but there's stuff coming
That'll be
out from this
coming up
company
here
that are
real
just
soon.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, James. It's fun. It's very fun. I love David's sense of humor too. And they were getting ready to talk about, the future, their purpose, passion, and the possibilities coming. And then here he comes on stage. He goes, a lot of you have been asking me for a new line of supplements. And it didn't have this little red cross out thing here, but we seriously thought they were going to introduce supplements, and I kind of put my hands on my head like, oh no, please no, that's too confusing. There's too many, and they're everywhere. They're ubiquitous, right? There's so much competition. And then he laughed. He goes, no, we'll never do that. We are unique, and we are a technology for life company, and we're not going to be a Me Too company. So you're never going to see something in this company that you could go buy at Walmart. And I really appreciated that. I thought that was pretty cool. And I just love his humor, and his genius is paramount.
Or buy anywhere else except for at LifeWave.
Exactly. And Joy,
Yeah.
I think you were going to cover the
Yeah, so I just want to say they actually are coming out with a new app, which I'm super excited about, because It's going to make it easy for us to share with other people and easy for other people to share with more people. And it's going to have multiple parts of it, including a place where it will keep your customer base and all of their information. And then make it so that you can send them an easy way to order, just a link to order. And it's been, from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be super easy as far as for them to put in their information. You can curate a package for them and send them the package, and they just have to put in their information to purchase. And you can also do social media through this app. And then have all of your leads go into the app, and then it can send out different things for you automatically, or me automatically. And they're actually offering it to people for a really inexpensive price of $9 a month. Normally, it would be offered for $29 a month. But it's just going to be amazing. And also, it's powered by AI. There's an AI component of it where people will be able to ask questions and gain the answers right through the app. So they won't have to, ask each of us. I mean, they can still ask each of us, but it'll just make it more streamlined and easier for people to actually know more faster, quicker, and to be able to share and duplicate easier and quicker and faster. And so I'm super excited about that for to be able to use the app, but for it to, Tracy and I, oh my goodness, in the past 3 years, all of these components, we've had to like try to figure out software to fix and help us with all of these different things. And so, I mean, I'm so grateful it's now coming out for the new people that they just have a really easy way of being able to, have all of these things in one place, and then also just have it be through the company that is going to make it easier for ordering, and easier for putting in leads, easier for having the customer database to send out messages to, and give us also, when we have leads or when we have somebody sign up, then actually send us alerts to tell us, hey, it's been 5 days, check in with your customer to find out, how they're doing, what's going on, if they have any questions or anything else. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that it's going to alert us and help keep track of everything, and make our lives easier, and make it easier for our new people to get the information that they need, and also to share this with other people.
Yeah, and I love to, we travel a lot and I meet so many nice people on airplanes, but I don't always speak the languages. But people will point at my patches because I always wear it at the base of my throat when I travel and I don't get sick. I put
Mhm.
glutathione here and it catches all the junk and kicks it out of my body. But I'm going to be able to pick any language, 150 languages, and they'll get this information delivered in their language. How amazing is that? I mean, this company is just so fantastic.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So you
I
want me to talk
believe,
about
oh,
you want me to talk about Cellergize as well? So they're coming
sure.
out, they came out with a new supplement, Cellergize Evening. It goes along with the Cellergize Morning. And it actually, along with having different components in it that help with sleep, it has the components for the nighttime patches that are needed and necessary for us to actually create the cells that are needed for our bodies to work at their optimum.
And I'm hearing so many people just going on that their sleep is really incredibly improved, which is surprising because some of those people are already on Alavita, myself included. I have yet to use this at night. I will tonight, I think. But they're just
It's
raving. So I'm
delightful.
excited because that's when your body heals, is when you're sleeping, right? So if we can
Yeah,
get better sleep, we're going to get better health. And
it
that's
has taurine in it, nattokinase. Those are both helpful for lowering your blood pressure. or making it your blood pressure be at a healthy state. And it has a couple different types of magnesium. It's delightful and it's tasty.
I actually
Oh.
like it better, the taste of it better than the morning supplement,
Yeah.
because it's milder. It's way milder, not as sweet.
And then the highly coveted water machine, and it's amazing. So I don't know who wants to take this little section here.
So the water studies, he just showed images from the studies and then explained it. I have a couple of short videos I can post in our Facebook group. But he talked about how he's never had a product where it was a measurable difference for 100% of the people studied. So that's pretty significant. And then he showed us how when this water freezes, it shows a vortex and it shows light beams of bubbles, light bubbles going towards the vortex. And he explained that everything in nature, when it does that shape, means life. So I thought that was fascinating. Regular distilled water doesn't do that. And so he showed that this has life in the water, and light and life are synonymous in this case. So when you drink the water, he was explaining all of the different amino acids and different things that it sets off from the inside out that improve our cellular activity, including our longevity. He calls it lobster water. We'll explain later.
Yeah.
I have a
But
question.
the machines, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The machines won't be, they beta testing that, you know, Tracey has a machine. There are quite a few people who have machines, but they are wanting to make sure that they're 100% flaw free. And so we're expecting them to come out around January of 2026.
Well,
Yeah,
my
great.
question was, I was going to ask Dave or Teresa, was there anything that you guys wanted to share about the experience? You got to unmute yourself.
You can also type some notes in the chat as well.
Teresa, you're still muted.
Or you can share at the end if you like.
Oh, am I still muted?
Oh, sorry.
Teresa is. There you go. You're
Go,
unmuted now.
Teresa.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, my husband and I both went to the conference and we were totally blown away, both Friday and Saturday, by just what a cool company that this is, and the products, and how it's very God-centered. The CEO led with the Lord on almost everything that he talked about, which is pretty incredible. You can see why he is so blessed by such a great mind to be able to develop so many things that can help so many people. And you just walked away thinking there's no way you can't share this with people, because it has so many benefits that are so unique that it's just never been done before. So pretty incredible.
I so appreciate you saying that there's no way you can't share this, because I live that in, I don't know, the person that I am. If I see somebody struggling, I have to help. And I'll be at the grocery store and I'll see someone in a boot and I have been there and I say, that really sucks, doesn't it? And of course, the conversation always ends up with these crazy patches, but they do incentivize us. And none of us, I think, really do this for this reason. But I just want you to know where the heart is of this company. They started with a pricing structure 20 years ago when he introduced his first patches. Those prices are still here today. What company keeps the price the same in 20 years, right? But they pay out 60%, up to, I should say, 60% for people who do share. And that is only getting better. And they just rolled out their first ever change in their their plan now that they're going to have a very high price tag water machine. It would have bankrupted the company if they had maintained that other structure. But what they've done is they've just made it so that the little guy can earn, right? Like from day one and earn good money. And if you need to supplement your kids' activities, soccer is crazy expensive these days, and childcare, and maybe you want to go on a vacation or you want to retire, it doesn't matter. The tool is here and the product is so incredible and it's patented. So again, this is not a money company, but it's pretty dang great what they're doing to put that in hands of people who do step out of their comfort zone and share. Does anybody want to? And Heather, maybe this is a good place for you to jump in. I know you wanted to mention something too.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to Jeff's comment about Amy Cuddy, stepping back from that. I had the same experience as he did. I actually wrote notes, show you where your gaps are. And so I had this similar experience where I kind of sat back and wow, had to answer to myself and make some adjustments in some things that I needed to work on as well. So that was it.
Yeah. And then again, when it comes to sense of humor, David Schmidt is hilarious. A lot of highly intelligent people do have a really great sense of humor because you got to be quick on your toes to pull it off and not offend. But he is a Trekkie, a Star Trek nerd. And he has put millions of dollars into the corporate office in Draper, Utah. And if you ever get a chance to tour it, I highly encourage you. The set designer from Star Trek designed that. And he jokingly said, gosh, we put so much money into this office. Is there some way we can amortize this? Maybe people could come and film, Star Trek or space themed movies in our office because it's that cutting edge. So we're going to give you just a taste of this, and you can go on YouTube and type in LifeWave world's oldest intern video because it's 4 minutes long. We're not going to keep you, but we're just going to give you a little taste of our founder's humor. And here you go.
I've lived a long life. I've done a lot of things, but I've never been an intern.
I'm the founder, sure, but I'm also an inventor. My latest experiment? Hire William Shatner. But as an intern. No way I can afford that guy full-time.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm going to be your trainer for today.
Hi, Alicia. Hi, Alicia.
William Shatner?
Yeah, well, you can call me Bill. Or intern. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's just fine. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of our Welcome Center.
I hear they have something like a captain's bridge in the Welcome Center. Feels like you're traveling through space.
I have an award-winning production designer.
This I gotta see.
For decades. And hey, Bill.
No, please, no sci-fi today. I'm just here as an intern, that's it. I just beamed in. Yeah, I know that look. I get that look whenever I sneak around, and you're sneaking. Go away. I'm busy. Jackpot. You didn't see a thing. Oh. People gotta see this.
Bill! Who let you in here?
He let me in here.
Bill? Captain?
Oh, you gotta get out here. The old intern who looks an awful lot like me, he's messing things up.
But wait, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a sci-fi thing. Come on.
Oh, excuse me. David, was that? Is that in budget?
back to the group.
People gotta see this.
I know. It's a part of the tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me? Doug. Bill? Doug? Bill! Doug! Bill! For goodness.
Do you know Doug?
Do I know Doug? Star Trek designer on props and sets and the spaceships and this?
Came out beautifully, huh?
Oh, Doug is...
Hey, Bill.
Oh.
One of your clones said you're causing trouble.
You're taking the word of a clone?
Personally, I always go with the original.
That's a good idea.
So that kind of gives you an idea of the sense of humor of this genius man. But he also wants to have a good time. And they brought in incredible talent throughout the whole event. And anybody want to take the talent piece of this and just share real quick? And we're just about done. We'll wrap up here quickly.
Well, I'll jump in here on the Doobie Brothers because 40 years ago, I drove up to Seattle, the Doobie Brothers and Journey were playing at the Seattle Center. So I thought it was ironic that 40 plus years later, I'm sitting in an audience listening to the Doobie Brothers at a LifeWave convention of all places. I mean, I never
Pretty cool.
the same is true with Elton John. I mean, Elton John's been part of my life, most of my adult life. I mean, for at least the last 40 years. I loved his music way back in the 70s when he was writing with Bernie Taupin. And to see him sitting doing a private concert all these years later, while we were at a conference for LifeWave, was ironic to me. And to sit and sing along the song that we all knew,
Not very nice.
it was just pretty amazing. Okay, it really was amazing. And the other kid that was there, Jacob Collier, I'd never heard of him before.
Oh my goodness.
I texted
Brilliant.
my daughter. I asked my daughter, "Who is this?" And she wrote me back. She said, "I have no idea, Dad," because I was going to the younger person. But a beautiful piano playing. I mean, he's got a show of shows, if you will. But you know, I went to a convention and saw the Doobie Brothers, Elton John, and this Grammy Award-winning kid that I knew nothing about. It was. I mean, I've never seen anything like this at any other networking thing that I've been involved in my whole life. It was wonderful.
I was
couldn't
impressed
agree
with
more.
Elton John's voice at 78.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I don't know if anybody is aware, but he was forced into retirement. He couldn't tour any longer. He had a lot of health problems and he was losing his vision. And so we are told this concert was a little bit of a thank you to David for what he's done for his personal life. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing.
You know, I
But
did research that, just to jump in here real quick. I researched because I didn't know he'd lost his vision to an infection. And so when I was doing the research on it, and I went, oh, wow. Because when they walked him out on the stage and led him on the stage, I was like, what? Oh, is he that bad? Then I found out about his eyesight. And then I found out his concert, private, gifted to us, kind of, sort of, was a thank you. And I was like, whoa, really? Blew me away.
I don't think the budget could have afforded him if it wasn't a gift. So yeah.
I want to jump in on another rumor that I heard also regarding Elton John and his being there is that 3 weeks ago he had COVID and was using the patches. And so within a week he was over his COVID and ready to come.
Wow. That's
Wow,
cool
a nice
insight,
reason.
Joy. Thank you. I didn't know that.
Me either.
Yeah. But I think this slide here says it perfectly, you know, that moment you didn't want it to end. And I could have stayed there a whole lot longer. And just to be in the company of these people, and we are talking doctors, we are talking scientists, we are talking profoundly successful people who don't need this, but who need purpose, passion, and community. And I heard that over and over. And it's pretty cool. And some of the high leaders, they're like, yeah, we just we're so excited. The one guy said, I was excited because I got to get this on the Dallas Cowboys, you know, years ago. They've been using these patches. Nobody knows. It's all quiet. But he said it just has enabled me to have this kind of lifestyle and wealth that I can give back. at a level that I never could have before. And I just think that's so refreshing and pretty great. But for those of us who don't want it to end, here's a good news. It's coming back again next year. So mark your calendars, October 15th to the 17th. They are going to do a repeat performance at the Anaheim Convention Center, which for Eric and I, we will get to have another awesome Disney excursion. But if you buy your tickets right now, it's $189 to get all of that. And the swag bag, the concerts, and a lot of surprises and insight into technology. And that price is good through November 30th. After that, the regular price for the rest of the year will be $249. I absolutely guarantee you it will sell out. And so I encourage you, if you want to join in on a lot of fun, a great community, but get the cutting edge of what's coming because we didn't even tell you about some of his new things. He's doing power generation that he developed for that drone. Um, our homes will be able to be powered through a subsidiary company of LifeWave with clean energy that is not harming our environment and our ozone layer. It's building it up and making it cleaner. And we'll get to be a part of that when he launches that. And he's also working on nutrition that you actually charge up with frequency and you can target that to work on different segments of your body. Do you need heart support? Do you need brain support? Do you need muscle support? Whatever you need, he's going to allow you to dial in what you need to work on. How genius is this? So, anyway, I appreciate everybody for hanging in there with us. I know we went a little longer tonight than normal, but it's just so hard to put all of that into, 30 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording, and we hope to see you back on next Monday and Tuesday. We're always here at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So thanks for joining us.